Hi, Mighty Mommy here, and I'm ready to share some quick and dirty parenting tips with you that will help make your life as a parent a little bit easier and a lot more fun. I'm your host, Cheryl Butler. Today's parents are juggling more activities, obligations, work commitments, and family matters than ever before. With life continually getting busier, there is one thing that can make the difference between a calm and peaceful household and a chaotic, overwhelmed one. Organization. With a brood of 8 kids, Mighty Mommy knows firsthand about the extreme importance of being organized. It's the key reason I've maintained my sanity for the past 20 years. If you'd like to add a bit more order to your family's life, Mighty Mommy has 10 ways you can become a more organized parent and increase the harmony in your home. Tip number 1, your home's entryway. One important step in keeping your family on top of their game is by keeping your entryway, the traffic hub of your home, as efficient as possible. Even if you only have a small amount of space, create a basket for shoes and boots, kid-height hooks for backpacks and everyday jackets, and a tray or drop-off area for mail and your child's school papers. Get your child into the habit of emptying his backpack with you before or after dinner so you can process these important papers like field trip slips or notes about upcoming tests. By doing it in the same location, you won't have stray papers all over the house. Use this area for putting their school things out the night before, too, to save time during the morning rush. Tip number 2, the car. Face it, most of us spend a large chunk of our days in the car, driving back and forth to work and shuttling our kids to their activities. That's why it's a good idea to keep extra supplies in the car. Allocate space for non-perishable snacks, extra outfits for unexpected spills, bottles of water, diapers, and an emergency pacifier if you have babies. And an extra 20 bills stashed away for emergencies never hurts either. And don't forget activities to keep your kids happy and busy during car rides. I like to have coloring books, travel games, Barbies, or stuffed animals. Basically, gather whatever your family relies on for comfort or would make your life easier if you were to be delayed or in the car for long periods of time. Arrange these items neatly in a basket. I like to use a plastic laundry basket and take inventory of what's there every month in order to replenish. Tip number 3, the everyday bag. A good friend of mine shared an idea that I thought was brilliant. She keeps a large, see-through tote bag by her front door and places everything in it that she needs for routine errands and chores, such as library books that need to be returned or paperwork that needs to be completed, as well as her to-do list. She brings the tote with her whenever she leaves the house. This way, she never forgets a task, and she also has a project to tackle if she gets stuck waiting in line, which saves her time, and when she's at home, she can use that extra time instead to spend with her family. Tip number 4, the weekly menu. How often do you shop for groceries? Do you find yourself straggling into the market on a daily basis because you've forgotten ingredients or you have no clue what you're serving for dinner? The biggest sanity saver for my large family has honestly been meal planning. This doesn't have to be complicated. Most families enjoy staple meals such as pasta and meatballs, baked chicken and rice, or fun foods like tacos or grilled cheese. Make a list of 10 meals your family enjoys on a regular basis and incorporate those into your weekly menu. When you go shopping, be sure and have that menu meal plan with you so you don't forget to buy any key ingredients. And then leave nights open for leftovers, or have breakfast for dinner, or do takeout when you can. When you don't stress over what's for dinner each night, you can relax a bit more and spend your extra energy on projects that will benefit your family. Tip number 5, the cheat sheet. It goes without saying that having a calendar system is a must to keep your family organized. But in addition, I also have some cheat sheets that I have laminated and keep taped to the inside of my kitchen cabinets. I include emergency numbers for things police and fire and that nature, and also I include the following information: phone numbers for mom and dad at work, the pediatricians, our neighbors, and our babysitters. Then I have over-the-counter medication dosages for my younger kids. I list anyone's allergies, and I have everyone's social security numbers, which I always end up needing for some form or another. And on a separate note in another cabinet, which I point out to sitters or the grandparents if they're staying with the kids or my older children, I've written our names and address, our phone number, cell phone numbers, and the kids' ages, weights, and birth dates, which doctors and emergency personnel often need to know just in case we're not available. I record this info after each of their checkups to keep it updated. Tip number 6, the toys. Legos, blocks, dolls, and all their accessories, Matchbox cars, stuffed animals, the list goes on and on. Having kids means having lots of stuff. And though the older they get, their toys get smaller and more electronic-based, younger kids need lots of developmental and other toys to help them build their budding imaginations, as well as keep them entertained. I have tried so many organizational methods for managing our toys with 8 kids throughout the years, and I have found that the see-through bins and boxes with lids are really the best at repelling toy chaos. Put cars in one box, blocks in another, dolls and their accessories in a third. Get your kids, even your toddlers, into a routine early on to clean up their own toys by teaching them which bin they go in. It's also a big help to have a catch-all basket in your family room or playroom and in your kids' bedrooms, so that if they don't have time to sort through the toys at the end of a day, you can sweep them all into that large container, and at least they're out of sight until you can tackle them the next day. But don't get into a bad habit of letting everything sit in that basket for weeks at a time. If it's emptied on a daily basis, then you'll save lots of time in the long run. Tip number 7, the morning rush. Other than meal planning, the next best organizational habit that my family relies on is to get ready for school the night before. This includes making tomorrow's school lunches, laying out the backpacks, outfits, and extra things like gym clothes or things for practices, anything else your family needs to step out the door without feeling like chickens without their heads. Tip number 8, the age-appropriate chores. Even if you're the type of parent who prefers to do things yourself because you want them done in a specific way, you're not doing yourself or your kids any favors by not teaching them to help out around the house. Even younger kids can help by putting their toys away at the end of the day or helping you unload the dishwasher and put things like plastic containers in the drawer. Chores teach kids responsibility, as well as help keep your home clean and organized. Decide which chores can be assigned, such as kitchen duty, sorting and folding laundry, or emptying the garbage and recyclables, and make a chart that you can post in a central location where everyone can see it. When every household member is helping on a consistent basis, the entire home benefits because the load is lightened for parents and the house stays much more clean and organized. Tip number 9, the after-school activities. Whether it's soccer, clarinet lessons, or art class, designate a bag for each child's activity. We have separate nylon drawstring bags for each of our kids' activities, and on a Sunday night, we place shin guards, drawing paper and oil paints, soccer cleats, extra socks, whatever each child needs for their particular activity, so that everything is ready to go when they rush through the door after school and have to rush back out again for their practice or lesson. And tip number 10, learn to say no. One of the top reasons I was so disorganized and stressed out more than it was necessary in the past was because I'm the type of person who never wanted to say no. This included over-volunteering my time for my kids' schools and our church, letting my kids sign up for too many activities at once, and overcommitting to too many social things like playdates and birthday parties. Prioritize your social obligations and civic commitments and be honest with yourself as to the value that these items really hold for your family. By eliminating the ones that your family just can't take on, you'll free up time, you'll be less harried, and thus more organized. How do you keep your family organized? Please share your thoughts in the comments section at the quickanddirtytips.com/mighty-mommy website or post your ideas on the Mighty Mommy Facebook page. You can also connect with me on Twitter at Mighty Mommy or email me at mommy@quickanddirtytips.com. And please visit my family-friendly boards at pinterest.com/mightymommyqdt. Staying organized, yes, requires discipline. But if you include your family and come up with ways that will be time savers for all of you, it'll be well worth the investment. Enjoy your family, and until next time, happy parenting.